It's Vibe Wichita. Just keeping it real, man. 24/7. What's going on, my people? So the other day I was sitting down cycling through my Netflix and I ran across this show called Last Chance U. So I clicked on it, started watching it, and this show is amazing. Like, this show, if you played junior college football or if you just went to a junior college with a football team, you can relate to this show. I had a chance to sit down and interview one of the football players over the phone, obviously. It was Ronald Ollie, or best known as Ollie. We sat down, chatted it up, and, he gave me some pretty good information. The reason why I interviewed him, or I reached out to him, I guess you would say, is because his story is so inspirational from beginning to end. I mean, from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. So I had quite a few questions for him, and he was able to answer them. Y'all just sit back. Here's Ronald Ollie from the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U. What up, what's good with my Wichita family? It's your man, Dramedy Drew. Welcome to another episode of Vibe Wichita. I got a special treat for y'all today. I got my man, Ronald Ollie. He was a defensive tackle at East Mississippi Community College. The team went 7-1, and I'll let you guys watch the show on Netflix, and you'll be able to see what happened towards the end of the season. Ollie, man, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good, man. What's up with you, man?
Man, not a whole lot, man. I can relate to just the JUCO lifestyle, man. The JUCO lifestyle is something that a lot of people, they don't understand it. They don't understand there's dry weekends, and they don't understand when, you can't go back home and you got to stay at school for a little bit, But what I want to ask is, where are you from?
I'm from Waynesboro, Mississippi.
Waynesboro?
It's a small town.
What high school did you go to?
Say that again?
I said, what high school did you go to?
I went to Wayne County High School.
Wayne County High School. Cool, man. Cool. So I see you have a lot of support from your family. My condolences to the parents, man. We got to hear about what happened, but I see that.
Man, appreciate that.
Yeah, and I see that you have a lot of motivation to keep driving, man. That was one of the biggest inspirations of watching the show. So what I do want to ask, because it starts us from the beginning of the season. I guess you guys are fresh out of camp and going into the first game. What was the atmosphere like in that locker room? Like, what was the atmosphere like being on that team?
It was crazy because we had just came out winning the national, and we had a lot of expectations to repeat, and that was going to happen. But you see the show. Yeah,
absolutely. You did run into a couple of obstacles dealing with like a concussion, dealing with some grades, you had some trials on the team and the coaches playing for East Mississippi. What was your biggest obstacle at that school?
It was a lot of them, really. It just kept coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like after I jump over one, there's another one set right back up. So I really can't tell you
right
which one is the biggest, because all of them was big. All of them was huge.
Right, really. Right. Man. And I see here, what I do like is that the way you handled yourself. I mean, there were times when you were ready to quit, right? You were ready to just give up on it all. But somehow you stuck it through, man. I know it's probably by the grace of God, but I mean, you stuck it through. And that right there is what is inspirational to all of those, not just junior college players that are dealing with what you deal with, but also to those people who have obstacles in their life, that you didn't quit when it came to your football team. You didn't quit when it came to your grades. And you didn't quit even though, coach was getting on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? You toughed it through. And that was cool. And I believe you even stated one time, you said, man, I don't have no plan B. Was it you that said you didn't have a plan B? This was your only plan?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. And I know how that is. Moving along down the season, you guys are 7-1 at this time. And you're coming up on the final game of the regular season against Mississippi Delta. I got to ask you these questions right here. The first thing that happens that we see as our audience, one of the team managers, I think his name is it Reeve or Rive Wood? Reeve. Yeah, Reeve. He gets punched in the face, bro, and then he gets 5 stitches. Tell me what was going through your head at that moment.
At that moment, at that time, we was ready to play. Mm-hmm. We knew cricket game. We know something was gonna happen. Something was bound to happen. We had the kind of the idea of it after that happened, you know. But it really just made us just go out. That's why the score was 48-0. Because it just made us want to, you know what I'm saying, just go demolish and
right.
You know.
Yeah. We're watching the game, and man, every time we got to see you play, obviously they're going to show us a lot of the highlights. But like for a defensive lineman, you got your hands on the ball a whole lot, and that's something that's pretty hard, even for a Division I player or NFL player. It's really hard to get your hands on the ball. You did that a lot. Now let's move along to the brawl. Now it got crazy. The fight, it got ridiculous. And then afterwards, Coach made his statement. He said what he said. You know, it wasn't very favorable to really anybody. What was your reaction after he said what he said? Like, just what was going through your brain?
Just how could my coach say this? He said he cares so much about us. You know, at that time, that was going through my head. You know, just a lot of thoughts about should I have kept playing my heart out for him, you know?
Yeah.
It was just a question. It was just all type of craziness going through my head then, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of it all, with that whole brawl situation, and y'all basically, did you guys forfeit that game, or what was it? Or did you guys take that as a win?
We took it as a W.
Okay.
We took it as a win.
Cool.
So we was going to the playoffs till, you know, they watched the video and they seen that don't nobody like us, so, you know, they had to kick us out.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And you know, personally, nobody wants the Giant to continue to dominate. You know, you guys have been doing so well, and once you get back to where you are, you guys are just creaming these teams. You know, 67-19 and stuff like that. Nobody wants you to succeed after that. I mean, you guys were good. You guys were a solid football team.
Yeah.
So the season's over, and we see that you're finishing out classes, and you end up passing all your classes, right?
Yeah.
And then you is that when you signed with Nicholls State?
No, I didn't. Actually,
you didn't.
I wasn't gonna play football. I wasn't gonna play football anymore. Like, it was just gonna be the end. But I had sat out a semester this January. It started this January.
Yeah.
I had sat out a semester, and I talked to my friend Marcel. He's talking, and he was like, "Man, just come to Nicholls with me, bro." And I was just like, "Man, I think about that." I thought about it, gave him a call, and I signed.
Man, congratulations on that, man.
Thanks.
Because I know they probably did follow-ups with you guys, but that's a part that they didn't show us, that you set out for a semester. And I mean, you did state it in the show that, while I was watching, you stated that, you know, shoot, December's coming. I'm not walking. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going home. And you went home.
Yeah.
So,
I went home.
Yeah. Man. So once the school term was over, once the football season was over, and you got to go back home, was there like a sigh of relief? Did you feel relieved that pressure wasn't on you anymore, just from football, from school, all of that?
It had left, but then again, I wanted it back because I want to be successful. You know, like, it's a lot of stuff that I ain't got to see anywhere yet, and I want to see it. And the only way I can see it, I'll be successful.
I like that. Wow. All right, that was dope. Yeah, absolutely. And you are tight with Marcel. Is it Marcel Andre?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got you. He got you to come down to Louisiana with him, huh?
Yeah, that's my bro, man.
Yeah. You guys did you had quite a few talks, man. What is it like playing beside him?
It's easy, you know, because I'm playing for my brother. I know he beside me, and I know he's gonna have my back, and you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna let him down. So, you know, I'm gonna have his back, and that's how we play every play. Man, play for each other.
Knowing that they always got your back, no matter what's happening, like that is such a great feeling, man. Okay, so what are your plans from here on out? I see that you're playing for Nicholls State. How many years do you have left of like eligibility? How many years of school do you have left? Like, what's going on?
I have 2 years left.
Mm-hmm.
have 2 years of eligibility left. I really don't want to do both of them. So I really plan on having a great season this season right here. So if I can get my name called on draft day, that's the plan. That's the goal.
Okay, so the goal is to go to the league. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. So it's time to show out. Yeah.
I just been doing what my coach has been telling me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel myself getting stronger. I got stronger, a lot stronger.
Right.
And I have got faster. I got quicker. So it's gonna be more trouble.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was vicious watching you play, man. And I mean, you're a solid player. You're a solid player, and we know you have that gift, and that's amazing. So after, let's say you hear your name called on draft day, just kind of humor me with this real quick. If you hear your name on draft day, what is your reaction? Like, what's gonna happen that day?
Tears, a lot of tears. For all the pain and the suffering that I had to go through to get there, you know. And this ain't playing for me, you know. I'm playing for my family. Like, my fam, you know, we ain't got much. We came from nothing, really. I came from nothing, really. I'm just trying to get a whole lot.
Man, I heard that, man. I heard that. Well, Ollie, man, I'm going to continue to keep you in my prayers, man. I hope everything goes well down in Nickel State. It was really a pleasure talking to you, man. And, like, your story and a few other players' story, like, you guys are inspiring. So continue doing what's there for you. Continue blessing that field with your skills and you know, doing what you do, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right now.
You know what we do around this time?
The voice of the Dub has spoken. Thanks for hanging with us and tuning in to Vibe Wichita.
Act like y'all know.
Peace.